Congratulations to everyone who purchased yearlings at our sale last year. Standardbred Horse Sales Company is excited to watch your 2-year-olds train, and we wish you the best of luck at the races. We look forward to seeing more future champions. We'll see you November 2nd through the 6th in Harrisburg, as once again we will be offering 3 days of the sport's top yearlings as well as the #1 mixed sale in the industry. Don't miss it. See you in Harrisburg.
The annual Lexington Selected Yearling Sale is the centerpiece of the Lexington experience. Located at the beautiful Face Exhibit and Sales Complex, our annual sale continues to produce multiple world champions and divisional winners year after year, including multiple recent Hambletonian Oaks, and Breeders' Crown winners. The sale coincides with Grand Circuit Racing at the Red Mile, all on the world stage. Make your plans to join us this fall and create your own Lexington experience. Monday, October 5th through Friday, October 9th.
Preferred Equine Online has proven time and time again to be the industry's online provider, selling the highest priced horses in all categories online, including racehorses, broodmares, yearlings, weanlings, and stallion shares. Full service, trusted and transparent. Contact Preferred for your online sales needs at www.preferredequineonline.com or call 914-773-7777.
Welcome everyone to Harness Racing Updates Tuesday Training. I am Heather Vitale along with trainer Chris Ryder here at Winners Training Center in New Jersey. And I should say Hall of Famer Chris Ryder. Last time I was here, you weren't actually inducted yet into the Hall of Fame. No. Now you are. So anything changed? You know, do you still put your pants on one leg at a time?
Absolutely. Just get a little embarrassed sometimes when you call me a Hall of Famer, but thanks anyway, yeah.
No, your resume speaks for itself. And, you know, I was wondering, you have trained so many great horses. Is there one horse in particular, like, that really made your career take off and changed your life?
Well, yeah, a couple of horses. First horse that actually got me, people would actually give me horses to train was just an overnight horse. And he was called Threshold Hanover. You know, you could take him to Meadowlands and most of the time he'd win. And it just kind of grew from there. And then I started getting a couple of nice winners and had a horse that got sealed and delivered. He turned out to be 2-year-old of the year. That was my first horse, you know, that you could really talk about. So probably sealed and delivered, yeah.
Yeah. I remember him too. Let's talk about some of your current superstars, and we're going to talk about a couple of your Dan Patch winners from last year, and we'll start out with Miki and Minnie. She was your 3-year-old female pacer of the year. Now, Minnie won the Breeders' Crown. Actually, it was her second Breeders' Crown in a row. She won the FanDuel. Fantastic performance. She's coming back this year, right?
She's coming back, and all I can say, it's a good note to start on. She's doing really well, and I couldn't be happier with her. She's going to qualify Friday, and you know, she's got a great race record. She's a beautiful mare to have in the barn, and she's just really thriving. So really looking forward to racing her.
Oh, yeah. Love that. Now, of course, I got to talk about Twinbee Joe Fresh, 2024 Horse of the Year, and last year she actually won a Dan Patch as well. She was the older pacing mare, took a mark of 47-3, I think 2 years in a row. Yeah. So is she returning this year?
Yes, she's returning. Had a minor injury last year, was scratched out of the Breeders' Crown final, and she had a hairline fracture, which was fine, and she's about a month away, and she's doing well, really well.
Oh, yep. I love it. Okay, so now let's talk about numbers just a little bit. How many 2-year-olds do you have as a whole, and then how many in your barn?
Well, 60 horses in the barn. I have 32 2-year-olds, okay. And somehow they're mainly fillies, but...
you
got a few colts, yes.
You are kind of known as a ladies' man when it comes to training the fillies and mares. What's the difference between training a female and training a male?
A little bit of difference. I was going to say not much, but there is a little bit of difference. The fillies, they they mature earlier, and training as 2-year-olds, quite often they'll be ahead of the colts. But I've found that all those top fillies I've had, they've been like boys. They've been strong and just easy keepers. So, once you get them racing or close to racing, there's really hardly any difference in the training. No. Obviously the thing with fillies is you just got to watch their attitude and not get them tired, keep them fresh, but they're pretty straightforward. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're actually going to start with our pacing fillies when we get into our 2-year-olds now. And we're going to check out Nonchalant first, a Bettors Wish, who, of course, you trained out of Petticoat business, $27,000 Lexington purchase, a very modest price.
Right. Well, we buy a fair number of cheaper ones. And she's, the owner asked me to look at her at the sale. She looked, she wasn't outstanding, but she was correct and medium, and everything was good about her. And right now, I'd say she's training really well, and she's never had a bad day. And I'm sure she's going to the races, and she's going to be a decent filly, nice filly.
A June foal. Some people would shy away from that.
I've done okay with late foals, McCardle, and put on a show with late foals. I think Art Major may have been as well. I would have to check that. Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to go on to another filly, and this is a Glittering, a Stay Hungry out of Ashlee Sparkles. She's a homebred. You own her, actually, with Bella Racing, and you actually trained the dam.
I trained the dam. She's just a bit of a small filly, and really just a very average race mare. But she's out of... who is she out of? She's closely related to Bulldog Hanover. That's the Ashlee. The third dam was Broodmare of the Year. I forget the name exactly. And I have this filly. She's a Stay Hungry and doing super. So she's much like Nonchalant. Never had a bad day and coming along really well. Nice and strong and keeps healthy. So.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to move on now to Cowboysncaviar. This is a Huntsville. She's $100,000 from Lexington, bred and consigned by Crawford Farms. And actually, I noticed that the dam is a daughter of Andra Vett, who I think is one of the greatest mares ever to look through a bridle.
Yeah, terrific mare. And, we were happy to get her. $100,000 is a good amount of money. But as you say, she's the granddaughter of Andra Vett, and she's doing well. And everything's fine, yeah.
We are going to move to Wendy J. Stings. She was sold as Power Sting. Of course, she's a perfect Sting out of Paulas Power. $127,000 from Lexington. Now, this is a first foal.
Yes, belongs to Ken Jacobs. She's a little small, but she's quick on the track. She's doing everything right. And second dam won $1 million. And she's come along. She's pretty straightforward.
When you're training, are the boys going faster or the girls going faster, or everybody's going the same?
No, they're all going the same time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What is that?
The fastest I've been is 22.
Okay.
Yeah, for a mile. I've been going slow 1.5 miles, and just this week we just started going a few miles with most of them. Yeah.
So are you going out then a couple times a week, or like?
Yeah, most of them are doing twice a week training, the babies, yes. Yeah, some of them once a week, just depending on issues. We always have issues.
Well, I mean, when you have 60-some horses in the barn, there's going to be issues somewhere along the way. That's fine. When you bring them here and you start jogging them, like how many miles are you trying to build up before you actually say we're going to turn them a little bit? How's that routine?
Well, we break them, and within 2 weeks they're jogging 4 laps here on the 5H track, and then probably within a month they're going 5 or 6 laps, just jog miles. And, within 6 weeks of being broken, we're turning them and going probably 1 mile in 3 minutes, and basically at that stage we're still getting them gated. So, but most of them are pretty well gated. It doesn't take too much, but I'm not in a hurry to get them going fast early. They come around on their own, but within 6 weeks we're turning and going usually 1 mile in 3 minutes, 3:10. and just progress from there. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Then what's your goal with qualifying? I mean, I know there's probably different, like these horse, as far as the states are concerned with the sire stakes.
I'd love to qualify in July, but the races start before that. But by the middle of May, we're pretty much, we're getting round 210, 2.5, and close to qualifying. So we're always waiting on the dates at Magical Acres, so that gets us on our toes.
Oh, that's right. They do the qualifying days, though, so that actually works out very convenient. Right. Yep. All right, what's to check out Replay the Dream, another filly here at Captaintreacherous out of Dream Outloud. She's a homebred, a full sister to Catch the Fire.
Right, yeah, terrifically, Captain mare out of a Captain filly, well-bred, as you say, sister to Catch the Fire. I have her full sister raced last year, won a couple of races in Kentucky, won the All-Stars here early, called Need You Now. She's a handy filly, just qualified yesterday. And this filly is big, carries a lot of weight, and it's going to have to get that off eventually, but training very well, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's just like humans. I mean, you're not feeding them differently, right? But some of them are packing on the pounds, and some of them it just kind of slides off.
Right. Well, we always, we feed them almost as much as they will eat, but quite a few of them are a bit heavy, but that's by design. Yeah. Right.
Fat and sassy. That's right. All right, we're going to move on to Treacherous, a twist to Captaintreacherous out of Twinkle. And this lady is also a homebred.
Right, sister to Gem Quality. And she's come along well. Belongs to Eric Cherry, homebred. Not very big, good gaited. And pretty lucky having a lot of nice fillies here.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to move on to our boys. We've got for our pacing colts Golden Rush, and this is a Bettor's Wish. Yep. Again, that you train Bettor's Wish, so I'm loving that he's got some foals that you adore. And out of Sunny D, a homebred. Actually, the dam was an O'Brien Award winner.
Yeah, lovely mare, Sunny D. Macintosh bred, I believe, in Canada. She, I had Golden Rush, this colt. I had his full brother last year. Didn't show much as a 2-year-old. He's called Bright Bet, who's now 4. Well, 2 years ago I was training him obviously as a baby. Then we raced him last year at 3, and he was a medium horse. But now he's in the Open, or the Open 2 at Miami Valley, and he's 1-2 every week. He's a very nice horse, and this colt is every bit as nice as him at the moment. He's doing well, and he's darker with a white blaze, so he stands out, but he's come along very well.
All right. Now, finally, we have Sugar Ham, a Sweet Lou out of I'm No April Fool, $100,000 from Lexington, consigned by Concord Stud Farm. And this guy is a first foal.
Right. He's a bigger horse and nice mover. Not the quickest fella, but he's got a nice, solid, long run to him. And he's doing good, doing what he's supposed to do. Yep.
We talk a lot about talent, and we talk a lot about confirmation and breeding, but how important is confidence when you take the horses out and you want to kind of make them feel like, I'm going to be okay at this, like this is my job, and confidence has to be part of the whole recipe.
Yeah, it's kind of something we take a little bit for granted, I suppose. We train them in sets, and different horses have turns that going on the front, and other horses have turns that staying in, and other horses have turns that coming from back and running down the stretch. So it's all working on just getting them mature and to work on confidence, I guess you could say. And but I think if you can get them pretty fit without getting them sour or tired, that's what we're trying to do all the time. And but confidence, you got to have it. Well, we have to have it, I guess they won't have it, right?
That's exactly right. I love, and you're very confident about this list that we talked about today, right? Well, as a whole,
we're confident, but I'm reserved at the same time. I don't know if that's a very good description, but it's tough when you get out there racing. These 2-year-olds, they go so fast so early. it sorts us out pretty quick.
Well, one thing that I noticed being here with you, always love your company, is Hall of Famer, I know, and you're very modest about that. I think the bottom line is you are having fun. You are still having fun.
Well, I'm pleased you look at it that way. We have a few grey hairs in between, but it's a lot of fun. You know, these horses, they work hard for you, and they give us some exciting times, as you know. Your dad's had some terrific ones. Chartin mentioned her last year. I have to mention her again. They give us a lot, don't they? They give us a good lifestyle. It's busy, it's demanding, but boy, when you get those good ones, there's nothing like it, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It makes it worth like the 24 hours a day, basically 7 days a week job that you have. It makes it all worth it when you can bring home some Dan Patch Award winners every year. And
There's one there, right there.
Which one is that?
Twinbee Joe Fresh.
Oh, that's Twinbee Joe Fresh. Oh my God, I'm like starstruck right now. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, then, you know what? We're going to have to end the interview because I have to go get some selfies with Twinbee Joe Fresh. So thank you, Chris, so much. Always a great time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, thanks for watching Harness Racing Updates, Twos in Training with Chris Ryder. Where's my phone?